The national anthem of the Cook Islands, and now for the Welsh anthem. As you see, the Welsh shirts adorned with the red poppy, today being Remembrance Sunday. There will be a minute's silence. When you go home, tell them of us and say for their tomorrow, we gave our today, Remembrance Sunday, and a minute's silence observed ahead of this Group D game, the final fixture for these two teams in the competition. They won't be progressing to the quarter-finals. 2 defeats to their name so far, both of them looking to avoid the wooden spoon here in South Wales. And as we've seen in many a game in the Rugby League World Cup this year, the traditional war dance of different nations as they do their final preparations for an 80-minute run out and an 80-minute contest against their opposition. The Cook Islands gather in their huddle.
Yes, it's Wales against the Cook Islands.
So that's what the Welsh side will be facing this afternoon. The Cook Islands setting their stall out, and the Welsh, both sides, as we've said, looking to avoid finishing with a wooden spoon. The Welsh crowd behind them this afternoon too here at the North. And we're off and underway. Wales kicking deep inside the Cooks' territory. And as ever, seeing out your first set in a game of this importance is ever so important, Tony.
Yeah, particularly amongst these two sides where you would say the packs are their strength. They do need to dominate up front. The halves are going to need a go-forward pack with quick play the balls, and these opening sets are critical. I thought the Cook Islands actually dropped out of the tournament because they didn't get their opening sets right in their very first game against America, whereas they did They did it very well, kept it simple, played the numbers really well, and Cook are having a good set here. So they'll be looking at a good kick away after one more drive.
Fapuliai at dummy half. Steps in, misses a man on this right side, and there is their kick on tackle number 4. A bit of pressure on that Welsh defence, giving them their first test. And they drive up towards that 10, looking for touch as well.
Excellent kick, excellent chase, a good start. The challenge now back at the Welsh pack. Their opportunity now to kick in. Jordan James looks like he's got his hand up ready to lead the charge for the Welsh pack.
Budworth then in at dummy half. Now of the Moranbah Miners. And Borney Wigan picks it up again from dummy half, and they again use the big men trying to dive down the middle. Zeb Taylor of the Cook Islands in the way. The referee blows up an infringement for Wales, and so the Cook Islands get their first decision going their way, and they'll have head and feet of the scrum.
It's a big play from Jordan James. He wanted the ball to play before, but he did have on this occasion. He's fighting to get to his feet, and he's rushed at the play of the ball. It's a fair call from the referee. He hasn't played that ball with his foot and hasn't played it fair enough. So great opportunity for the Cooks to get on top early.
So 30 metres out then for the side that lost by a narrow 6-point margin against Tonga in their last game, and now they drive through with Lulia of Shellharbour. Got a try to his name in the competition so far. Along the line again with Peru. Up towards that 10 as the Welsh defence try and close them out. Fapuliai at dummy half, using Napa this time. Pushing on in front of the sticks. 4 red shirts on him. Trying to flip the ball through, but Akirangi has dropped it. It's picked up and retained by the Cook Islands, though, so 2 final plays in this set for the Cooks, 10 metres away. Fapuliai offloads it into Taya. Catalan Dragons man, playing his 3rd game of the competition. On that 10 now. Man for man as they get the ball away in the offload as well. Into Lulia. Kicks it away. Still on the final play. 6 reset. So the Cook Islands getting a repeat set.
That's a really dumb play from the Welsh player. Should have dived on the ball. Massam out there on the wing showing a bit of inexperience here. Kicking that ball away was the wrong play. Just secure it. They've already had an error. Here's a great opportunity for the Cooks again.
So can they hold them out again from close range as they look to try and drive through? They have Isaac John almost there. Plenty of men wanting the ball. Scrambled defence from Wales, still keeping them out. Zeb Taylor tried to find a little opening there on the goal line. No space. Dived in as well. They knocked the ball on. No, it's just a turnover ball.
Yeah, sloppy stuff from Zeb Taylor. He was never in control of this from the moment he went into that contest. He was distracted. He was trying to put the ball down. He hasn't played that correctly. A correct ruling again from the referee. Big let off for the Welsh.
So a little nervy early on, but the Cooks have had the best of the possession.
On the move, Cole, lads, let's keep it quick.
Wales will have to build out from inside their own half now. A disappointing defeat to USA in their last game out. USA taking the competition by storm.
Okay, stay in.
The big tip from those opening couple of sets, I think you see the Cook Islands get most of their joy down that left side. Isaac John on the left side looks far more complete, far more organised than Jonathan Ford on the right side, so I expect to see the Cooks going that way all day and they'll get some joy there.
Here's Budworth then in
Go,
possession,
two.
stopped just short of his 20. The Red Dragons try to drive through,
3, move!
held
Go,
firm
shooters, come on.
inside
Go,
the 20 by Arona. Another tackle from Peru
4, release! 10 metres.
as Wales
Hold.
build out
Go,
their own
4.
half. Still with a couple of tackles remaining, but not making too many metres in this set. And another strong
0.
hit. They get the ball away, but the Cooks pick the ball up to spread the play as well. Man-for-man defence. Cut inside from Keith Lulia,
That's 1.
Bradford
Stand
man.
now.
The younger of the two brothers out on the
Go,
field.
0.
Now they come along
1.
again.
Release!
And this
Back here, back.
Welsh crowd have
Go, 1.
been silent early on in this game. Now with Napa. Big
2,
prop
move!
drives into
Away,
that
hold.
red line.
Go,
So
2.
now for Pouliot, dummy half. Through
3,
John.
stand. On the line, on the goal line.
He's chopped down.
3, go.
8 metres away now. Running round the back, trying to find a way through with Lulia.
That's 4.
He's
Move.
held down,
Go,
and 2
crowd in.
tackles remaining
Go, 4.
in this set then. Can they
Okay.
force their way over? They've had a
Okay,
couple of back-to-back sets. They come through hands this time with Katakarangi. He's dragged down.
Move.
10
Back to
metres
square.
away. So the final
Go.
play for the Cook Islands. Will they get any points on the end of this one? The kick comes in from Jonathan Ford. It's through the in-goal area. It bounces around. Picked up by the Welsh side, but it looks like they'll be tackled in goal. And the Cocks will get another repeat set.
Gee, there's some pressure
on
on
the
the
kick
Welsh
there,
here,
mate.
isn't it? It's a fantastic kick. It is a fantastic kick. It was a great opportunity with a better chase there, the Cook Islands. I must say their support play and their push play all tournament's been poor, and there's another opportunity. You've got to take those opportunities. They've been down there for 5 minutes. They've put a pressure play on. The Welsh weren't able to get there, and they should be getting through and getting on those balls in numbers. They haven't done that.
Back on.
Saw a very close first half yesterday, didn't we, between England and Fiji. England with plenty of possession against the Fijian side, but couldn't find a way through, and now a
Come down on the ball,
dropped
mate.
ball,
Ball's
but it
still.
was raked out, says the referee, so another infringement goes against the Welsh, so pressure on again as a penalty now will give the Cooks a bit of free territory as well. So
Right hand pulls the ball
come out
out.
in the tackle.
Got to
So-
say it's a sloppy start. You know, the teams are playing well, and we can see why. They really do need to tidy up and play with more
Go.
power and commitment inside the ruck. They've all been in the ruck, little errors there that have been coming through. And the front rowers in both teams really need to take some responsibility here.
Hold.
Pouliot stands
Go.
at dummy half.
Come on, Danny, straight up.
Into Napa. Steps around a few. Looks for a way through.
Move. Hold.
Backs up in the end and held down on the floor.
Danny, 2
Too
in the
long,
set. You've got to get
says
up and move.
our referee Richard Silverwood. Another penalty. They could take a quick tap. Napa,
1. Move.
Sydney Roosters man,
Hold.
tries to
Hold.
edge his side closer
Go,
to that
move on,
Welsh
move,
line.
mate.
The Pouliot dummy half then. Through Arona.
2, release.
Just offloads it as they
Go
make a
line,
couple
go
of
line.
extra metres.
Go, 2.
And again, trying that left side. Lulia
3.
joins the attack from
Move.
fullback.
Straight up. No crowding.
They're edging closer.
Go, 3.
Been down that end for quite a while. They try to drive over from dummy half, and have they got in the Cook Islands? They have. The ball may have run loose, but Richard Silverwood has a good look and confirms that the Cook Islands, a lot of pressure early on in this game, and they're the first to score. It's what they needed. It might settle a few nerves.
Well, they had to come up with something, didn't they? Otherwise, it was going to be a real long afternoon for the Cook Islanders. And it was a soft one in the end. They've got to be disappointed with that, Wales. You can see Elliot Keir, not familiar with the defensive role at fullback, perhaps in this tournament, just drifts off the ball, opens up a little gap between he and Rodri Lloyd, and it's a cleverly taken try and a well-taken try. But Wales can only blame themselves for this. They had a number of opportunities to get themselves out of this by keeping it simple. Having said that, the Cook Islanders haven't had to defend yet. They've had
Anything,
all their
boys?
own way. So what they need to do is stay tidy and keep this pressure on Wales to build further momentum.
Well, with this being the final game in Group D, both of these sides without a win so far. Wooden spoon on offer. Both sides will be keen to
Come off.
not end up with that tag at the end of this 2013 competition. So in the opening 10 minutes, the Cook Islands have had much the better of the possession. Now an opportunity to kick themselves 6 points into the league. Pouliot with the first try of the afternoon here in the Welsh countryside in South Wales.
Back on.
So the extra 2 successful. Taripo with another goal. More points for him in this campaign for 2013. And the Welsh will want to try and put a bit of pressure on the Cook Islands now when they receive this from the restart. The ball hasn't been down this end of the field for too long. And now the Cook Islands will drive again with Napa. And straight into the red wall.
Square, hold, go, good.
And he's taken down. How many meters will they make?
Hands off the ball,
And each tackle the Cook Islands now, centre field. So on this right-hand side, good drive through from Taripo. Keeps the legs pumping.
3. Move, Danny.
Jordan James is
Hold.
around the
Go,
legs.
3. Sorry. 4.
There's a Rona.
Back, go. Okay.
Sydney Roosters man driving up towards halfway, and now they kick
Outside.
over the top from Poulier. It's looking like it's going to run a little bit, doesn't he? Holds it just perfectly. Had a good look at it, didn't he, Elliot Keir? Has he got that back into play? If he has, it's only by a margin of centimetres, but...
I think the referee's going to rule that he grounds it. He does get it out, but in his first movement here, he places the ball on the ground there, and then he promotes it out again. So it is the correct call, and the touch judge was in a good position. It was a reasonably poor chase from the Cook Islanders, given how good that kick was, to allow him to even have the opportunity to get out. However, they've got away with it again. This is a real false economy, I think, for me at the moment for the Cook Islands. They haven't really had to earn a real lot here. They've been down here for 10 minutes, but they really need to capitalise again in this set to get full momentum inside of this game.
Straight up on move.
So the restart almost reaches halfway, and Napa has another run, but bang.
1. Move.
Welcome to the Welsh line.
Hold.
Well, Dylan Napa, for all of his run, usually really winds up
Come
and
on,
takes it
Evan,
to
quicker,
the opposition. He hasn't really done that all game. He's jinked around a couple of times. I'd like to see him really wind up and go for it. His play the balls have been slow.
Hold.
Could do with him as a senior
Two.
player lifting this team.
Now with Arona, he has a go. Held on to, though, by
Relax.
3 red shirts,
Tackle
including
3.
Budworth.
Go, 3.
Through Isaac John.
3.
Then to Lulia again. Cut back inside there from Keith Lulia, his brother. They keep it alive and drive to within a couple of metres of that Welsh line again. They spent a lot of time down there so far. Here's Isaac John with a kick.
4.
It's a little bit too deep than maybe where he thought, and it's intercepted.
1. Move.
Claimed by the Welsh, and this is what they need now. They need to build off the back of that. It's brought back inside by Rodri Lloyd, who has his first run, and it's a good run as well from the young Welshman.
2.
Just 20 years of age.
All the way, all the way. Go, 2.
It's Rhys Evans, in fact, who drove on up.
3. Move.
So now to
Hold 10 here.
halfway.
Go, 3.
Here is a big clever play from Neil Budworth. Clever play. The front rowers aren't there. They've done a lot of defending in the middle. I'm just looking at the back of the pack. Jordan James is having a rest. Luptons is now pushing Ben Flower up to get him going. Good play again, short side. He's had a terrific start to the game, Tyson Frizzell. He's been able to get hold of that short side and grab some yards and give his middlemen, who've defended for the last 10 minutes, an opportunity to get out of it. It's a bad play. Getting the front row in the ball on the last play. Are they going to get away with it? No, they don't.
They were just trying to turn the screw, weren't they, Wales? But didn't quite work. The kick away from Jordan James.
Go.
Did magnificently well. He wasn't ready for that. He'd been tired all set. He got a decent kick
2.
away.
Move.
So the Cook Islands now back inside their own half, but we've seen they can make good meters. And another go.
3. Move.
And Welsh,
Back.
you'd have
Go.
thought,
Okay. 3.
starting to already feel the effects of facing a big Cook Islands side, and on the back foot as well in defending. They've squeezed the ball out, but have been forced into touch. Combination work from Rhys Evans and Christian Rowitz on this near side. But Rhea Pittman into touch.
Zeb.
And they'll have good possession now and good territory.
Well, they just give themselves a big hint there, Wales. They finally completed the set, went right down the deep corner, and they put some pressure on the Cook Islands, and they couldn't resist, could they, the Cooks? Even though they've been so good at just marching down, getting field positions, they had to go for the play on the side, like a bundle into touch. If you're Wales, you're just thinking, let's stay down here for a while. Let's just rack up some pressure, and this guy's not come up with those silly errors. They've been doing it all tournament.
We hear the noise as well of the Welsh fans as well. Very, very quiet early on in this game here at the Knoll. It's a home fixture for Wales. Didn't feel like it in these opening 10 minutes. So now inside the Cooks half. It wasn't the ideal end to their previous play. What can they do with this one as Ross Divorti takes it to inside that 40. Now Lupton fires it back through the hands of Danny Jones, the keeper man. They keep the ball going. It's found this far side. They got a man over as well inside the corner. goes Christian Rowitz. Richard Silverwood confirms Wales' first try in this final game in Group D for them. Lovely work spreading the play through the hands of the half-backs. It was Rhys Evans onto Christian Rowitz and he touched down in the corner.
This is really good play, really good team shape. Everyone's doing their jobs, hitting their lines. Clever play from Elliot Keir. Great tempo there from Rhys Evans. Wonderful try, wonderfully constructed. The same side that forced the error defensively, the same man that forced the error defensively, comes up with a try. And as we said a bit earlier, I thought it was a bit of a false economy for the Cook Islanders. They haven't had to defend. They finally put themselves in a position where they had to defend a couple of plays and they couldn't come up with it. Wales, stay tidy. Stay tidy and you'll have a lot of joy in this game.
Just what the Welsh needed. A very quiet start for them and under a lot of pressure. Now back in this game, a difficult kick.
Right, okay.
Taken too far back as Danny Jones, only 20 metres at a tight angle. On his World Cup debut, he's the man who plays domestically with Keighley. The kick towards the sticks just pulled across the front, so
get back
the
10
Cooks
metres.
keep that slender 2-point advantage, but Wales will feel much happier now. They've got points on the board with a good play as well, and they'll be back in possession and want to put more pressure on that Cooks line.
I think Easton Harris will be interested to see the defensive play from Jonathan Ford. He's a bit tight there, created the space out wide, so he'll be making a note of that, and I'm sure they'll be coming back down this left-hand side of the Cook Island defence.
So it's a high, short kick, but it's a nice take in the end from Danny Jones.
Hold, go. Good.
Budworth then in at dummy half. The drive on with Jordan James, a Salford man. Tries to keep those legs going as long as possible. They look like a much more buoyant side, don't they, the Welsh?
Marcus Square, go.
Tyson Frizzell now.
He hasn't gone behind.
To Ben Flower, who drives on.
4, release. Back, go. 4. Outside. All good.
The kick through from Peter Lupton, deep into the Cooks territory. And in fact, it was Rob Masson who scored the debut try. A few bit of shirt swapping before they came out, the Welsh side. And a penalty against them now. Cook Islands will be able to eat up a little bit of territory from inside their own half. Evans and Lloyd have swapped shirts as well, so on each side they switched around.
Here, boys.
Unless you know the haircuts, it's difficult.
Let's go. That's one. Move! Square, oh! Go, one.
Here's their first big challenge, the Cooks, to respond. They've had an opportunity to respond. Their last set wasn't good enough. They came up with an error. They really do need to throw this back at Wales, make sure they get some field position.
So driving over halfway, and again we see Dylan Napper not really get the legs driving. As he edges his way into that Welsh line.
Okay. 3.
Joining the attack is Takarangi, who steps through as well.
4.
Manages to shrug off a couple of the Welsh tackling men. And again through Isaac John, who fires it out again to Keith Lulier. Sticks it out to the wing, but into touch, and so yet again Cook's trying to spread the play, but Wales putting them into touch and will come back up with the ball.
And this one's a little bit different, that the play was on. He just needed to be in a better position and more aware and more alert looking for it. And it is an error at the right end of the field.
Okay, it's ground
the play before when Takarangi went in field and held the ball, didn't offload. It was a great play from him. It's always the temptation there to look for it. It was exactly what they didn't need to do.
Next set, lads. Okay.
To cause the error over from sideline from Pittman, but on that occasion he held it.
Okay, in line.
Big set here for the Cook Islands. They really need to take it at Wales defensively.
So ball in hand now in the Welsh shirts, looking for the offload as well, finds it. They drive away now.
Been good early, Frizzell. He's been very good for them, very busy, quality plays, doubles up the play. Look how involved he is.
Getting the roll on as well, the Wales. And again, Frizzell of St George
Go.
approaching halfway for the Welsh side.
He's leading this Welsh pack. He's in charge. He's dominant. He's coming up with the plays, so the rest of the boys are playing off him.
Go.
Having said that, he's now coming out the back of the field, and he is injured off the back of those 2 runs.
Fast 4.
Budworth
Move.
dropped back into dummy half.
Go 4.
On that shorter side they go. The little
good.
chip over the top from Lupton. Not a bad chase.
1, release. 10 metres, boys.
Plenty
Hold.
Cook Islands
Go,
players set ready to take the charge.
2. Move. Danny, hold.
Pittman
Hold.
this time takes them
Go,
outside
2.
the 20-metre line. It's coming down
3.
the middle.
Release.
Good play from
Straight up,
Tarapo
Ben.
to come in
Hold.
and help his
Go,
forwards
3.
out. He stayed around after the kick was there, and it's like Takarangi doing the same thing. So the
4.
middlemen are getting a rest for the Cook
Danny.
Islanders. Playing a
Go,
real team
4.
effort here.
Good intensity from the Welsh defensive line as well. Ben
Last.
Flower this time.
Let him up. Make sure we get square,
First
Neil.
point of contact. 5
Go,
tackles
last.
used up for the Cocks then. Inside their
good.
own half. The
Outside.
kick from Isaac John. Into the hands of Elliot Keir, who has made the second most metres of this Welsh side in this Rugby League World Cup competition in 2013.
Move.
211,
Go, one.
so over 100 metres per game on average from the full-back.
2. Release. Here we
They're
are.
outside
Hold.
their own
Hold, mate.
30 now.
Go. 2.
Using the interchange as Cobsat is on.
2.
It's the offload away.
3.
Bad charge
Move.
again from Budworth.
Go.
I came to the game thinking these were going to be 2 critical interchanges, actually. Kopchak
Fast
on.
4.
Will
Release.
Dodson will come
Back in.
on.
Hold.
A
Hold.
really good
Go,
use
4.
of the bench, actually. They actually get stronger in some ways as they go through the game. We'll open up little opportunities like this for the rest of the Welsh team because of Kopchak's power runs in the middle there. Certainly lifted Flower as well, who took the run after
Back
that.
here. Back.
Here it was who just
Go.
dancing around, looking for any available opportunities. The final play, kick through from Danny Jones. Comfortable in the end
That's 1. Move.
for Pittman
Hold,
of
Ben.
Cronulla.
Hold. Hold. Go.
Be disappointed with that. There's another 15 metres in that kick. He could have put it back onto the try line comfortably. He got his chases down there, but it was a completed set.
Release. Back
And they
here,
are
back.
now in a position
Go,
to continue
2.
to put
Go.
pressure on the Cooks. And again, we see Tarapo come in and
3.
helping his forwards
Move.
out. So the Cook
Off the
Island
ball.
and
Go. 3.
Lilia's come in from the back as well. So they're doing a good job working as a team. As you can see, there's no support play for the Cooks. Been poor at this all tournament, getting up with each other.
Good drive from him as well.
Release. Tackle 4.
Many
tackle
metres
4.
made in that from
Go,
the
tackle 4.
Bradford man. Now with Takarangi.
The third back in a row for the Cooks.
Play on back.
Gets
with
the ball
offload.
away.
Tackle 4.
Now into the bigsman as Taya has a go. Finds a bit of space.
Last. Move. Go.
So the Cooks have made good metres in this set.
Oh,
The
God.
little chip now over the top. Underneath it now is Rob Massam.
1. Move.
Has hold.
Back, boys. Go.
The
1.
Welsh back in possession.
That's 2.
Training
Release.
by those 2
Hold your
points.
10, hold
The
your 10.
end
Go,
of the
2.
first quarter complete, and the Cooks dominated the first 10 minutes. The Welsh
3.
came back
Move.
into it in the next 10.
Go. No, there's it.
Now for the
3.
second quarters, they spread the play to Wales outside their own 20-metre line as Lupton it was
Go,
who spread
go.
it to Elliot Keir. Now they kick through early on tackle number 4,
40-20.
looking for the 40-20, doesn't quite reach the 20. Let's keep it in though to the Cook Islands, but they've knocked it through. It's gone into touch though, says the touch judge. He was going to be chased down by Christian Rowitz, but
This will be
Look at
interesting
this.
who gets the feed here, won't it? I think we'll see that this will be a Welsh ball.
Just check that out.
Is he a
looking for a
referee?
40-20, wasn't quite there. Hadn't touched the ground on
Out
the
already.
outside of the field. Scooped back in.
Welsh ball.
Right, so it's Cook's ball.
Handball, let's go.
Cook's balls he's called. Okay.
I think his knees are out already when he touches it. We're just checking it. We're just checking it, mate.
Wonder if Richard Silverwood might just check as to whose ball it's
Just
going to
checking
be.
it,
So we see again that kick come through.
Surely there's no way this is a Welsh ball.
Does it touch the ground?
He is checking it,
Simultaneous,
is
so
he?
it's Cook Island's ball.
Cook's ball. Right.
So the Cook Islands then back in possession.
Okay, boys, heads in, heads in. Out, time back on.
And we've seen how good they are at making meters. That's a little bit too far though in front of Keith
Stand up.
Ludia.
Hold, boys, hold. Go, 1.
He's not going to get too far collecting that on the ground.
2. Move! Hold, hold. Go, 2.
On the 20-metre line.
Kick. 3. Release! Back, boys, back. Go, 3.
So on the 40-metre line for the
3.
Cook Islands. Looking at
That's
the gaps,
4.
a few flailing
Move.
arms in from
Back here, Craig.
the Welsh
Hold,
defence.
hold.
They've
Go,
started
4.
using the
4.
interchange as well.
Backwards.
A little bit sloppy as it's thrown back, but reclaimed, and Takirangi now is going to consider his options. Thought about offloading it as well, but just a little bit unstable
Good,
under the
good.
tackle from Ross Divorti.
Okay,
And then the kick
outside.
through. Again, unconventional kicking from the prop.
They're all
He's
getting
chased
to
it
go.
down as well. They offload the ball though. Good little offload, an extra valuable couple of metres for the Welsh side.
Square up, boys, square, hold. Go, 1.
Bad chase though for number 10.
2.
Yeah, he's a very athletic
Release. 10 metres.
player. He's been athletic all tournament,
Go,
actually. He's had
2.
try. He's been coming up with good offload plays, good chase plays.
Okay, 3.
Showed
Move!
his
Off the ball.
experience as much as his skill as well there.
Hand on the ball.
Penalty
Hand on the ball,
in
mate.
favour of the Welsh. So they'll kick to touch here, and
Hand on the ball.
again looking for their first win in a Rugby League World Cup competition for 13 years. Haven't won since, well, pretty
Right,
much
11.
13
Hold, mate.
years to the day. 12th of November,
Hold,
the
boys.
year 2000.
Keep it quick.
Papua New Guinea
Go.
by 22 points to 8. They haven't managed to register a World Cup win since, and the competition since then,
1.
2
Move.
games down, and
Off the
trailing
ball,
this
off the
one
ball.
by
Go.
2
1.
points as well in 2013. So now with Danny Jones, who fires it round for
Well,
Elliot
1.
Keir, down to his knees, but gets the ball away. Lloyd White with the carry
1.
this time, as
Still 1.
again he finds his extra interchange
2.
men and
Offset. Go. 2.
takes
Go.
advantage of the extra couple of metres. Now a nice little step, and it's fed in, but it's gone forward. Peter Lupton looking to feed Ross Divorti. He managed to cut his body through
Oh, pass.
just at the wrong angle. Maybe a bit disorientated, didn't throw it backwards, and it did go forwards as Divorti charged through just on his right shoulder.
Yeah, it's 40. Done all the hard work, hadn't he? Got himself into good space.
Lines,
Divorti
boys.
was
Heads in.
pushing. Very unlucky there, the Welsh.
Okay.
And good signs again. They stay patient,
Go,
get
mate,
down
let's
there.
go,
There
let's
is
go.
going to be opportunities for them.
Let's go, boys, straight in. Okay, I need you closer, mate. Feet. Yeah.
The Cook Islands, who scored first in this game
1.
early on after a lot of pressure.
Hold, race. Hold, hold.
Now
Go.
looking at a way through this Welsh defence again.
2. Move.
On the
Straight up
30-metre
wide.
line now as
Go, come on,
Puliai
wide.
in
Straight
at
up.
dummy half.
3.
Taylor tries to
10
edge
metres.
his way
Hold,
through
Hold, hold. Go, 3. Just play it.
as they come along the line again. The red wall is there,
That's 4. Move. Craig up. Go, 4.
keeping them well contained in this set now, the Welsh. Good drive though this time. The offload was
Move.
thought
Back
about.
here, back.
Tried to feel
Go, good
Tangata.
set.
This time the kick into the sky from Jonathan Ford. It's a little bit too strong though. Did bounce inside the field of play, but Taripo couldn't quite get there.
His hand, it was a missed kick. There's no question about that. He was trying to go straight, but the pressure forced him to hook his leg around. It did go.
One more, mate.
Did force him to go wide. Good work there from Kopchak.
Yeah.
Game has settled down nicely. We're back into the grind,
Yeah.
where both teams are going at each other.
Wide.
Neither side are cracking.
Make sure we
There
get
are
straight
slight
up on move,
opportunities
okay?
there. We saw a little offload there from Lupton a moment ago. We saw an offload held back from the Cook Islanders.
Okay,
So
boys, in we go.
good patience. Nice even contest
Yeah.
at the moment.
Out.
Hard to call.
So now the Welsh
Move.
back in possession,
Straight up.
having their
Hold,
go.
hold.
6
Go, 1.
opportunities to get down the other end. Driving in again.
Release. Back. Go, 2.
It's now Lloyd White in at dummy half. Through Lupton.
3.
Just drops it back
Move.
inside.
Here we are, boys, hold.
Muscly.
Go, 3.
Cook Islands defence though,
Yeah.
keeping them
3
penned
out the
in.
back.
Now Elliot Keir checks his run, shrugs off a tackle, gets away from another, but has to track back a few metres.
3.
Gets the ball away eventually. Kopczak was the man to receive it as they drive through again.
Move. Back, boys, back. Go, 4.
Now with
That's
Anthony
last.
Walker, who's
Release.
up off the bench
We're
for the
ready, we're
Welsh.
ready. Go.
White in at dummy half then.
Okay, you're
Through
off,
Danny
Craig. You're off.
Jones, who puts it onto his boots. Chased down as well. It's good chase.
That's one.
Good tackle. Lulia.
On race. Wait.
Fullback.
Go,
for the
on the go.
Cook-Islands. Putting pressure on, they're trying to keep them pending as much as they can.
All right,
Back towards their own line, but a good scamper this time.
2.
And the ball's thrown away from
3.
Jonathan Ford.
Right. Square Pete. Wait, mate, wait.
These are
Go,
important
3.
moments now for the Cook Islanders. The Welsh have shown their hand. They've got a very big pack out. They've basically got 4 props out there. Kopchak going around, Walker's there, Gil Dudson's now on. So they're playing with a lot of power. So what you've got to do is make those blokes work. Take that power out of them. And they're doing it well here, the Cook Islanders. But they need to keep playing football and turning around. This kick's vital.
Here's the final play that they kick from inside the 40. Massam just juggles it, goes forward, and that juggle, as you mentioned, Tony, that kick was crucial. Massam was right underneath it, but the knock-on gives the Cook Islands a bit of possession and territory in their own half. Massam couldn't keep hold, and now it's pressure on that Welsh side.
Certainly, you can see he didn't have clear head there either. Sort of in two minds as he went across there. Wasn't calm, didn't get himself still under that ball. He came up with the error.
Okay, let's go, Wales. And we go.
Errors like that puts pressure on the pack that is on the field at the moment. I feel like there is going to be a couple of little offloads in this set from the Cook Islands that will hurt.
Now with Keith Lulia, hands off a couple.
Play on backwards,
the offload,
backwards.
it's a little scrappy. Most important thing is they're back in possession. Keep possession.
1.
Tarapo again.
Go.
Inside that 30-metre line.
There, Rodri.
Keith Lulia just charging through, steps around just the Welsh line. Found a couple of holes there, and he was straight through.
Go line.
Advantage
Go,
Cook
2.
Islands, right in front of the sticks. Along they go. Stretching the Welsh defence.
3. Go line.
Pittman it was who just couldn't claim that ball and charge down into the corner, so they try again to the Cook Islands. Backing their way in. Still a couple of tackles remaining in this set. Foulier spins the ball out through Isaac.
Pass. Play on.
Now again, Keith Lulia's got to charge down for the corner. Looks like he's got in the Cook Islands' second try of the game. All going back from Massam from the fumble. Pressure more from the Cook Islands. And Keith Lulia, the Bradford man, gets down in the corner for the Cook Islands' second try.
The Welsh mobility of this pack just couldn't go with the speed of these plays. And the way to do it was exactly what Isaac John did. Go through them, quick play the ball, quick pass, moving too quick. There was nothing coming from the inside, which meant these players on the edge for the Welsh team were always exposed. It was clever play. Isaac John just dominated this set. The man that scored the try set the try up. Keith Lulia with a little break early on, again off a quick play of the ball. The winger's effort in playing the ball, Tarapo, was outstanding. He left 3 blokes behind him. This bloke ran off and made some great yards, got tackled under the post, and then it was a matter of playing patience and going through them to earn the right to go around them. A well-constructed try there.
Could be a critical 10 minutes before half-time now for the Welsh side. So absorbed a lot of pressure. Point through the pressure that they had down at the Cook Islands end. As you can see, punished for the errors. And tracking back to Massam, knocking the ball on at that crucial play.
This is a big kick. If you can, in what is a tight game, keep yourself more than 6 points in front, and it's a great advantage to the Cooks.
Back on.
Here's Christopher Tarapo. The kick from the touchline isn't successful, so we stay at 6 points, and they can't nudge themselves at 2 scores ahead. Here we see again that charge through from Keith Lulia.
He scored the try, but he earned it there. That was a great little run from him. You can see the 2 bodies in the ground behind, and there's another body behind on the try when the try is scored. So that's the key to playing football for the Cook Islanders. Keep the speed against this big pack of the Welsh.
So 6 points the difference between these two in the wooden spoon decider. These two in Group D without a win so far.
Go on.
The Cook Islands with the advantage.
2
Driving
right.
Now.
Squared up. All the way,
Anthony
Gil.
Jelly.
Go. Not there, Lloyd. Stay out, Lloyd.
Getting the ball away as well, although it's knocked out. The referee says that there's been a knock on there. And so the Welsh, with a bit of pressure, got themselves back with ball in hand.
Let's make sure we get tight, square at mark.
I think that's a big error. At this point in the game, the way we were calling it, it just called for that power play, keep control there. Nice shot. It was a nice shot. He did force the error. I think that looked like Devorty in there was the man responsible for it.
So through they go now. Looking to get the ball away again. Keeping their options alive.
Go one.
But now White stands in at dummy half. Along the line they go. Lupton gives it to Keir. They've got an extra man on that right-hand side where they cut back inside. Setting themselves up well, wanting to keep the ball moving. The tackle isn't complete. So Rodri Lloyd.
2, release. Straight up.
Drives further on.
Go, 2.
White in at dummy half. To Lupton, then into Jones.
3.
Stopped.
Square, boys, square.
3 Cook Islands men inside that 10-metre line. Then it's a fumble from White at dummy half. Just at the crucial moment. A Welsh looking to put a play on and didn't get the opportunity.
It's crucial because he knew it was coming. When he was going, you could see he was trying to fake left and go right. The right side was on. He'd heard a call. He was going back there. He had the sneak play.
Okay, mate.
Never hurry when it matters most, and he did. It cost him.
Lads.
At least they coughed up possession 10 metres away from that Cook Islands line.
Straight. Closer, mate. Out.
And here they go again. Charging through. Clung onto by Anthony Walker. Another charge again, and we see the backs from the Cook Islands doing a bit of work early on. Now Nepper does get those legs going. Pump an extra couple of metres. Ball in hand and men hanging off him, and the ball out again. Picked up by the Welsh. Just a drop ball, so play on, says Richard Silverwood, the referee. And the Welsh have got the ball back now. First try from Anthony Walker inside that 30-metre line. Can they get to their end play this time? Bouncing around was Kopczak. The referee says it was a shoulder charge.
It was an absolute shoulder charge. Dylan Napa again trying to lift the team. Lift them legally. Under pressure. This is the second set in a row where they've come up with an error and put themselves under pressure. This is great stuff for the Welsh. This is a great opportunity for game momentum. Just to stay down here and keep making the Cooks defend them. Answer questions.
Lupton combines with Keir again. Keir doesn't really have too many options, so cuts back through traffic. Gets the ball away again now. Kopczak builds up.
2, release.
Can't get his way through. Now White in at dummy half. They've got the big men there, but Lupton's also there. They've thrown the ball to ground. A little bit scrappy. They were calling for an extra 6. They've not got it, so...
It did hit a Cook player, but it hit his knee. He didn't play at it, so fair call from the ref.
Midway through the tackle count now as Dodson
Straight up, Dylan.
Sets them up.
Go, 4.
13 metres away now. Danny Jones into Lupton. Lupton had Keir as an option, but gives it to Devorty on the short. Now a charge from White. Fancies it himself. Looks like he's gone for his back. And
wait. Isaac.
Final play is turnover ball.
Wait.
2 poor plays now from Lloyd White. That wasn't the run play. That was definitely a pass play. They have big numbers over the right-hand side. Dylan Napa, that's a better run. That's what they've been looking for. That's a powerful run. He's dragged him inside 10 metres. Can he play the ball quickly? Now he's got his team going. Dominic Perot.
On that 20-metre line now as the Welsh fans try to cheer on their side, trading by 6 points here in South Wales. More metres as they drag that Welsh line back.
Go. 3.
Little dummy. 3. The ball's offloaded. Drop though on the 40-metre line again. It's been scrappy in the last few minutes, and maybe the Welsh have had the better of it. If they hadn't had the errors either, you might have seen more points on their scoreboard too.
1 step will defend. 1 step will defend. Craig.
Player watching this said, I think will be Elliot Keir. He's just looked dangerous the last couple of sets. Looked like he's going to get some space, and here's the error. Again, you know, you just need to have your head down in this situation in the game and not be looking for that pass play that Perot was looking for there. However, that's gone now. Let's have a look at what Wales can do with it. You just get a feeling Lupton's feeling good about getting Elliot Keir into some space here against some tired Cook Island defence. They must be tiring now.
Straight up.
Here's Lloyd White then,
Square.
in at dummy
Go,
half.
one.
They're going to go with the big men. It's Kopczak who drives on, manages to offload the ball too wide, but White has lost it again. Another error as they break free the Cook Islands. Initially, again, you said the man to look for was Elliot Keir. This time, though, in defensive duties rather than downfield. They continue to push with either Isaac John of Penrith and a penalty won by themselves as well, looking to take the quick tap. Richard Silverwood holds up play and no kick to touch. So another error, scrappy end to this first half.
We've seen tidier halves, haven't we? There's been a lot of errors.
On the line.
I guess the distracted minds, we said the players would be focused. They really haven't been as focused as you think they might be. They said before the game they were going to play with a lot of intensity and focus as if it was everything was on the line. But however, the scoreboard is close. They've been equally as untidy as each other at times.
Napa just checks his run, slides through, and then he gets the offload away. Lulia.
Go, 2.
Up to a metre away. Steps back around, the driving through, and there is Isaac John. Just before half-time, with a third try for the Cook Islands. Made it look ever so easy. Isaac John just with a little step. He was all made with the space to play before. But the Cook Islands now further extend their lead.
The issue for them again, so you can see that there's a little man, a halfback, the number 7. Isaac John going straight between the 15 and the 16 are both front rowers who are just not moving with the agility they should be. Kopczak there and Dudson on the line.
Here's Isaac John. Penrith man in his third game of this Rugby League World Cup for 2013. And then have a reasonably comfortable conversion as well.
It's a funny try when you look at that. There's a little man, a halfback. You're thinking, how can he power through that, through two big, strong players like that? And it all goes back to the work of the players before. And Dylan Napa finally lifted his game and come in with a bit of power and come up with a quick play the ball. And that makes the big defenders slow and tired, so the little man can take advantage of that.
Well, this is certainly not what the Welsh fans wanted to see. And this will put them 12 points ahead, the Cook Islands. It's successful as we approach the end of the first half. We'll have no time really for any extra play, you would have thought, as the time ticks down. There it is. The half-time hooter, and the Cook Islands lead by 12 points, 16 points to 4. Been a very scrappy first half. Both sides will want more and want better in the second